I'm Felicia,
And I'm Ian.
and we are the Paranormal Lovers.
Hello, paranormal dudes, dudettes, and dudays. Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Lovers.
Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
welcome back to another episode. Thanks for joining us for episode 58.
58.
58. That was the year my mother was born.
Wow.
Yeah, she would have been 66 this year if she was still alive.
Yeah.
So, oh well. Oh god, it's gonna be 13 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Anyways, what did you love about this week, babe?
I love the baby free night yesterday.
Oh my god.
That was nice.
Listen, y'all, I love my kid. I do, but y'all don't understand how much this girl does not stop.
We actually went to TJ Maxx.
Yeah, we just went and walked around TJ Maxx.
we walk around stores for pleasure.
Yeah, we enjoy just like walking around stores, and it's hard to do that with the kid because every time you go in a store, she's like, I want this, 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 I want this. Can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? And
you
I'm
guys
like,
who have kids know.
yeah, y'all know. And like, she's an only child, she's an only grandchild. So grandma takes her to the store 3 or 4 times a week
Yeah.
to buy her shit. Admittedly, I typically buy her something every week when I go grocery shopping,
Right.
You know, whether it's clothes or a little toy or something, because she is spoiled rotten.
We even we like every time we go by ourselves, we'll like, oh, Patty would like that.
Yeah. Looking at stuff like, oh, she'd like that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that might look nice in her room. Because, I mean, you know, if you're a parent, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're always thinking about what you can do for your kid.
But that store kind of reminds me of old Kmart's.
Kind
for some
of.
reason.
Kind of. It reminds me of the World
Like
Market.
a nice Kmart.
Like, it reminds me of the World Market, which is also another really, really cool store you'd enjoy, but it's like way on the other side by the airport. So we don't go out there very much, but
yeah,
that was fun. That was fun. And we went and got junk food, and
the junk food didn't sit well on my belly.
God, no. All those chips. The Jamaican patties, though, cooked in the oven.
Those are so good.
On point. I love some Jamaican patties. My dad got me into those when I was like 12. Yeah. I used to get them. We used to go to this bar, and there was like this Jamaican lady that worked there, and she would make Jamaican patties.
Authentic.
Oh my God. They were so good. It's one of my favorite things to eat.
What did you love about this week, baby?
Hang on, I got to think about what I did this week. I enjoyed, you know what? I enjoyed going to a school function.
Yeah, you like going to tea time?
Yeah, we had a little tea party because they just did the unit on kings and queens and social studies, so they had a little tea party the other day, and it was really cool to get to talk to some other parents and got some play dates in the works and stuff. So
yeah, I'm excited about that for our kid.
Yeah, she's oh my God, she's so ready to like just like hang out with her friends and do stuff. Like, she's gonna be one of those teenagers that is never fucking home.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, we're gonna have to like force her to stay home for an hour to get her homework and shit done, and then she's just gonna be like, all right, I'm going to my friend's house, bye.
Yep.
Bye. Be like, you know, your friend can come here, right? We're the cool parents. We're not like other parents. We're cool parents. All right, guys, before we start this shit show of Shinrikyo Part 2. Yay. Wanted to do a shout out for our merch. There is some new merch. There's the Valentine's Day collection I did. I also added a Black History Month collection as well.
It's super cool.
I think it's pretty cool. It's on the paranormallovers.threadless.com. We have a couple of sales. We have 15% or $15 shirts, everything on sale. That sale started what will technically be yesterday when this comes out, because it comes out on the 13th. The sale starts on the 12th, goes through the 20th. Technically tomorrow on the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We will have a VIP code, $14 teas from Valentine's Day till the 16th. So you guys head on over to theparanormallovers.threadless.com. Check out all that merch. Check out those sales.
Go get you a lovely lovers t-shirt.
Yeah, go get you a lovely lovers t-shirt, a little cuteness for Valentine's Day. All right. So into the shit show. So on my last episode, we talked about Ashara's life, Ashahara's early life, his adolescent dreams of becoming an all-powerful ruler.
I'm sitting here looking at pictures of him.
He's
He's
I'm
got
weird.
one where he's like
in some of the pictures, I'm like, he's hot. Like I have a thing for y'all don't come at me, okay? I have a thing for like Asian guys and like Polynesian guys and stuff.
I mean, he is pretty cute.
He's cute and he reminds me of guys, a few friends that I had growing up.
Sure. There's a guy at the place that I work that I will not name.
Yeah.
That looks just like him.
Is it the indigenous feller?
Yeah.
That we saw at the parade? Pretty sure we saw him at the parade.
No.
Is it Mavid Fleshman?
No.
Okay.
No.
Trying to figure out how to...
Although he looks a little like him too.
He does look like him, doesn't he? Yeah. Okay. And his family life as an adult. And it would seem that his family was involved with the cult, but we will get into that later. We also covered...
There's an animated picture here.
Oh, Jesus.
Of him like animated with like this purple phoenix behind him.
That sounds pretty dope, actually.
It's pretty cool drawing.
We also covered the first couple of major crimes they were tied to, the Sakamoto family murders and the Masamoto sarin attack.
Just crazy.
If you can believe those are not the only crimes they committed before 1995. Oh, dang. It gets worse.
Right.
This cult was quite fond of assassinating or attempting to assassinate anyone who spoke out against them.
Jesus.
They even considered murdering Buddhist monks who had been critical of them.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. An assassination attempt was made on cartoonist, y'all know these are Japanese names, I'm sorry, Yashinori Kobayashi. When he began satirizing the cult in his comics. They attempted to cause an anthrax epidemic by spraying liquid laced with spores from the roof of their Tokyo headquarters. All they accomplished was making it stink, and there were no reports of infection in the area. The cult began making sarin at the end of 1993 and later would make VX, or Venomous Agent X. They tested their sarin on sheep that they kept at the Banjawarn station. They owned this station in the 1990s in Western Australia. And this test resulted in the death of 29 sheep.
Damn. Poor
Assholes.
Sheep. Poor sheep.
Right. From December of 94 till January of 95, member Masami it's one of those TSU names. Yeah, I don't know. Made 100 to 200 grams of synthetic VX. Their first victim that they used this on was Noboru Mizunu, who was injected with VX gas, putting him in a serious condition. Obviously, it was in liquid form.
Right.
Before it was aerolized, but another victim was attacked by two members in Osaka. They sprinkled the VX on his neck, and he tried to chase them down, but ended up collapsing and slipped into a coma. Damn. He died 10 days later. On January 4th, this is really sad. On January 4th, Hiroyuki Nagaoka was assassinated the same way. Oh, wait, this is a different one. The next one's sad. I mean, they're all sad.
Right.
Nagaoka was an important member of the Victim Society. They were an organization founded to protest and work against
Right.
In early 1995, and this shit kills me. I was 9, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my life at this point.
Sure.
And this shit was going on across the sea.
Mm-hmm.
In early 1995, Kiyoshi Kariya, who was the 69-year-old brother of a member who had escaped, began receiving threatening calls demanding to know where his sister was. He left a note saying, quote, "If I disappear, I was abducted by Shinrikyo," end
Hmm.
quote. And in February of that year, he was in fact kidnapped off of a street in Tokyo and taken to a compound in Kamikushiki near Mount Fuji. There he was murdered. His body was incinerated in a microwave powered incinerator, and the remains were dumped in Lake Kawaguchi.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
They microwaved him.
these guys are fucked.
They got these crazy microwaves in Japan that are like
Yeah.
they can melt metal and shit.
Yeah. Like they incinerated him
Yeah,
and then dumped his ashes in a lake.
that's crazy.
Which, like, appreciate that. That was nice, I guess.
I watched this cool guy on YouTube. He's got a microwave like that,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll make knives out of like all kinds of shit. Like he made a knife out of sea salt. Yeah,
That's wild. I
it's
bet that
pretty
would
cool.
burn like fuck too.
Yeah.
Imagine getting cut with that shit.
Oh
like
man,
a slice with salt directly into the wound.
they're mostly like kitchen knives.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, still imagine cutting your finger trying to chop some stuff with like a salt knife.
yeah.
You thought a taco shell was bad? Whew.
Yeah, I got a taco cut one time.
Yeah, it's like a paper
Hard
cut
shell.
with salt in it. Oh. Police made plans to raid the facilities simultaneously in March, and it's alleged someone tipped off a Shahara, which prompted him to set in motion the worst terrorist attack in Japanese history. Quote, and this was actually, I said that this was on the morning of your birthday, but they are 14 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So it would have been the night before your birthday here.
Right.
When this happened. On the morning of March 20th, 1955, you were turning 14 the next day.
You mean 95?
95. What did I say? 55?
You said 55.
Sorry. 1995. You were turning 14.
Right.
All members released a binary chemical weapon, most closely chemically similar to sarin, in a coordinated attack on 5 trains in the Tokyo subway system.
Damn.
Killing 13 commuters, seriously injuring 54 and affecting 980 more.
I want to say I remember that one.
I do remember
the
that.
sarin subway attacks.
Like, I wasn't really watching a lot of news at 9,
Mhm.
you know, but if we were getting ready in the morning or something, doing something at night, we watched it. And I'm sure if we
Sure.
got up that morning, our parents flipped on the news and they were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure.
Some estimates claim as many as 6,000 people were injured by the sarin or the VX. It was sarin. Sarin. It is difficult to obtain exact numbers since many victims were reluctant to come forward. End quote.
Dang, that's crazy.
The attempt,
sounds like people were scared of these guys.
Yeah, they really were. They were not a chill cult at all.
Right.
Like, if you went against them, you were on their list.
Right.
To die.
That's crazy.
Like, the attempt to divert attention away from failed, and then raids went on as planned. At the compound at the foot of Mount Fuji, the police found, quote, explosive chemical weapons and a Russian Mi-17 military helicopter, end quote.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's the Russians, the Russian involvement in this cult is fucking wild. We will get there. It is fucking wild.
Yeah.
While reports of anthrax and Ebola cultures being found seem to be exaggerated, they did have enough chemicals stockpiled to make enough sarin to kill 4 million people.
Wow.
Like, they could have, I don't know how many people live in Tokyo or Japan in general, but they could have wiped out a large population of Japan. Like, it's an archipelago, it's islands. It would not take much. The investigation also found drug labs, shocker, to make drugs such as LSD, meth, and their own version of truth serum. There was a safe with millions in US cash and gold, as well as cells. They had jail cells that still had prisoners in them.
Wow.
Like this was a wild cult. Over 150 members were arrested in the 6 weeks following the attacks and raids. On the night of May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, someone found a paper bag on fire in a toilet in Tokyo's Shinjuku station. It would turn out to be a hydrogen cyanide contraption. Had it not been extinguished, it would have released enough gas to possibly kill 10,000 commuters.
Damn.
On July 4th, several other undetonated devices were found throughout the subway system. So these guys, like, even once like shit went down, they weren't stopping. They had zero, like, they had zero will to stop.
Right.
On May 16th, a Shihara was found hiding in a wall in a building known as the Sixth. I want to say Satan, but I think it's like Satian. It's Satian. On the Kamikushiki compound. That same day, the secretary of Yoko Oshihima, sorry guys, governor of Tokyo, had her fingers blown off after handling a bomb that had mailed to the governor's office.
Damn.
I said, these fuckers don't care.
So she was taking it out of the mail?
I guess she was like handling it, maybe like taking it to his office or something, or she opened it and it like blew her fingers off.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor woman. Ashihara was first charged with 23 counts of murder and 16 other offenses in what was dubbed the trial of the century. In the end, after a 7-year trial, even though I have a feeling it was probably like multiple trials, but Ashihara, as well as several other high-ranking officials of the group, were found guilty. On February 27th, 2004, like, I graduated high school 2 months later,
Yeah.
Ashihara was sentenced to death. The defense attempted to appeal several times, but each time was denied. They attempted to appeal on the grounds that Ashihara was mentally unfit. During his trials, he would either sit quietly or mutter to himself. But when he was back at the detention center, he had no problem talking to the staff. So this led to the conclusion that Ashihara was being silent on purpose. After Ashihara was arrested, his 2 preteen sons took over as guru. Just let that sink in.
So they just took right over.
They just took over. Like, in 1999, one of the last senior officials that wasn't arrested took over. The group was renamed in 2000 to Aleph. Certain religious text was removed and banned. The group apologized to the victims of their sarin attack, and they started a compensation fund for the victims. Which, like, okay, that seems nice. Appreciate it.
Suspicious.
What else are you doing?
Right.
While this seemed real nice, there were still some instances of the group being up to their old ways. In 2002, Koyo Ishii, who was, quote, a legislator who formed an anti-Om committee in the National Diet in 1999, end quote, was murdered. It took law enforcement 15 years to get the last 3 fugitives from the cult. One turned themselves in December of 2011. The second was caught in early June of 2012 due to tips from local residents. And the last was caught after the second guy flipped on him. He even went as far as showing law enforcement pictures of how the man had changed his appearance. On 2 different dates in July of 2018, peek this, July of 2018, we'd been married for 3 years. What? It's so wild to me that these things happen so relatively recent.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
Like, you don't think about cults. For me, when I think about cults, I think of like Manson, Children of God, like shit back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Not recently.
Right. And I mean, their worst crimes were in 1990s.
Yeah.
You know, like we were alive and thriving back then. On two different dates in July of 2018, 13 members of were executed by hanging. Executions are fairly rare in Japan, but when they do happen, they tend to have the support of local residents. I can imagine that considering their crimes, this execution was probably celebrated.
Sure.
I'm not going to name those who were executed. You can look that up from the source notes if you want. They don't deserve it, especially not more than their victims. And I can't name the hundreds, possibly thousands of people that were affected by their acts.
Right.
So I won't give them that same respect.
Sure.
Now, if you weren't paying attention to the last episode, you might think, great, the big guys are dead. It's all over, right? Nah, man. For one, I'm only at page 6 of 8 of notes. This cult is still active and is still attempting to recruit new members.
That's crazy.
In 2000, the group was forced to give a list of all current members and a breakdown of current assets over to law enforcement. Due to a new anti-Om law, the group was put under surveillance for 3 years. Then the Russians.
The Russians.
In 2000, a Russian member was arrested for planning a bombing to help Ashara escape. In 2001, allegedly a group of Russian Om members had planned another bombing, this time at the Tokyo Imperial Police to rescue Ashihara, but it never happened. In 2003, surveillance on the group was extended as they were still seen as a threat, especially since they still revered Ashihara and followed his teachings. In 2007, the Moscow operation called Haikari Noah, or the Circle of Light, split from Om. They claim to, quote, be committed to uniting science and religion and creating, quote, the new science of the human mind, end quote. Okay, Russians.
I'm looking at a band camp thing that's got Shinrikyo
What?
on it.
That's wild.
The band's called Dosis Letalis.
Interesting.
It looks super weird. I'm gonna have to like maybe listen to it.
Right. In 2011, it was reported that the cult was actively seeking new members via social media and I don't know this word, proselytizing at colleges. Their membership was reported between 1,000 and 1,500 in 2011. It was reported that in 2013 they were still worshiping Ashihara. They had pictures of him all around their compounds, and they would use pre-recorded videos of him to train new members. During a surprise raid, they found a stack of papers that contained pictures of attorneys and law enforcement.
There's a GIF of it right here.
Yeah.
Shinrikyo training recruitment video.
Oh, Gord. Oh, Gord. The stack was found on what investigators thought was an altar stabbed through with a knife. Yeah. In 2016, 2 countries took steps to remove Om from within their borders. Quote, in March 2016, Montenegro expelled 58 foreigners suspected of being associated with Om Shinrikyo. 4 of them were from Japan, 43 were from Russia, 7 from Belarus, 3 from Ukraine, and 1 from Uzbekistan. On April 5th, 2016, the Investigative Committee of Russia announced it opened a criminal case against Om Shinrikyo followers and that its investigators, along with Federal Security Service forces, were conducting raids in Moscow and St. Petersburg to find them and confiscate literature, religious items, and electronic information.
They just moved to Russia, basically.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. They were still they still have compounds and stuff in Japan as well, but Russia, for some reason, there's some people out there that really fucking love this cult in Russia. I don't understand it. I really don't. On September 20th, 2016, the Russian government banned Om Shinrikyo in the country, declaring it a terrorist organization, end quote. This is what I told you. When Russia bans you from their country, claiming you are a terrorist organization,
and
this was in 2016. Putin was in office.
Sure.
You done fucked up.
Yeah.
Russia said, "Nah, y'all too extreme for my." How can you be too extreme for Russia? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Has nobody heard of Alex Terrible? Come on now. Motherfucker cut his face to look like he was in a fight with a bear.
Yeah.
But they gonna kick you out and declare you a terrorist organization. You fucked up.
Right.
Wow. Said it before and I'll say it again. Yep. If Russia's labeled you a terrorist organization and banned you from the country, you fucked up. Period.
Yeah.
Near the end of 2017, offices of Aleph were raided after a complaint by a woman who paid for a service she never received. On January 1st, 2019, an sympathizer hit pedestrians on a crowded street as, quote, retaliation for an execution, end quote. Investigators aren't sure if he was referencing the executions or just executions in general. And that, loves, is the end of for now. For now. I wouldn't be surprised if they pop up again with some more stupid shit in the future.
Right.
Because they're obviously not done.
Yeah.
And if they do pop up, we will be here to give you an update.
For sure.
Friends. So that is Shinrikyo. What do you think about that shit?
It's crazy.
Like,
sounds like one of the most deadliest cults.
Yeah, it's like super, super dangerous. They're so dangerous. And they had the worst terrorist attack in Japanese history.
Right.
Like, they killed 13 people, severely injured 54. Almost 1,000 were in some way affected by that train attack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not to mention all the people that were affected by the Masamoto sarin attack.
Right.
Just wild. And it's so wild to me that, like, this shit was going on when I was just running around as, like, a little shit.
Yeah.
Just riding my bike around that little town I lived in. Just like do. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like, head on over to YouTube and Instagram and search for The Paranormal Lovers in the search bar and give us a follow. Head on over to our shop at theparanormallovers.threadless.com to check out the new designs and get in on the sale. Certain apparel will be $15 until February 20th. Use VIPA code $14 tees. That's a dollar mark, $14 tees between February 14th and February 16th for $14 t-shirts. Also, send us an email at paranormallovers@yahoo.com.
Let us know about what you guys think about Shinrikyo.
Yeah, let us know. Anybody that's in Japan or a country over there that was affected by it, like, if you don't want to talk about it, I get it, you don't have to, but if you would like to send in your experience of somebody related to you, like, we would love to hear it from your side.
Yeah.
Because, and also, like, we are so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's just
And if
wild.
you are Shinrikyo, don't come at us, bro.
Yeah, don't come at us. Stay out of the US. We don't like terrorist organizations and cults over here either. The FBI is crooked, so they'll come after you, and so will the CIA. Don't come at me, FBI and CIA. Okay, listen. Bailey's already said it, so you can't come at me.
Money over everything.
In America, it's money over everything. No, she just did a great case about an FBI secret organization.
Oh no.
That was like,
that sounds entertaining,
going after black people, like civil rights leaders and stuff.
Oh, right.
It was entertaining, but it was also like really, really fucked up.
Yeah.
But then, like, when they figured out, when like everybody else figured out what the fuck was going on, they were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You cannot do this. Like, they murdered people and like they did all kinds of shit. It's so messed up.
Sure.
Love Bailey Sarian. Bailey, hey girl, if you ever, I love you so much. But y'all go listen to her dark history, because like she does a lot of different stuff. She does like corrupt organizations. She does like the history of like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Can we get the wine with the cocaine back, please? And she also does like a lot of stuff about like racial massacres and stuff that you've never heard of.
Sure, yeah.
You know, she's taught me a lot of shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
And like, she's gotten shout outs from organizations and stuff that work to bring light to these incidences that happen
Mm-hmm.
because everything's getting whitewashed. So y'all
Yeah.
go listen to Dark History because she'll teach you some shit.
Yeah, it's some good episodes.
And she's beautiful to watch while she does it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us this week. And we will see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.